My name's Richard Mann. I've spent much of my working life as a family doctor or GP, although over the last 10 years I've been working in medical education, supporting NHS staff to develop as leaders of teams and also supporting newly qualified doctors in their specialist training. I now work on a part-time and freelance basis. I first became interested in medicine from an early age, despite not being from a family which had ever raised a doctor. It's had a lot to do with my love for and fascination of life in all its wonderful variety of plants and animals, amongst other things, and the incredible processes that maintain life, including the miracle of our own. It seemed a good way to use this interest to be able to help others by becoming a doctor. Now I'd like to share my interest and to offer you a CREST project and to be your mentor support for this work. I am, as you might imagine, spoilt for choice in setting you a challenge to do with an aspect of the way the human body works, a subject area known as human physiology. But I've chosen you one to do with the heart and its beating. This is absolutely fascinating in so many ways, and I'm calling the project My Beating Heart. My beating heart. Remarkably, a heart will beat on average 40 million times a year. This beat is maintained brilliantly by some highly specialised cells in an area of the right upper chamber of the heart called the sino-atrial node, an area first fully identified in 1907. Yet regulation of the heartbeat can fail due to various age and disease-related processes, and patients may then come to need help in the form of an artificial pacemaker. The first cardiac pacemaker was fitted into a patient in the United Kingdom in 1961. Earlier versions were worn externally. Imagine that. And today around 36,000 pacemakers are fitted in the UK every year. To start with, the internally placed artificial pacemakers were quite large, about the size of a tin of shoe polish, and could only pace the heart at a fixed speed. Since then, much has improved such that the fitting of a pacemaker today can be done as an outpatient procedure under light sedation and involves a small incision in the upper chest with the insertion of wires via a large vein into the heart. Attaching these to the pacemaker unit, which is now about the size of a matchbox, and placing the unit inside this area and then with the closure of the wound. Let's just watch a short extract of this. I take the extract from a video by the Royal Free Hospital in London, and the link to the full video is provided with several other useful links to help you in your project with my project briefing document.
This is one of those pacemakers, and as you can see, it's very small, barely the size of a matchbox. If the pacemaker senses that your heart has missed a beat or is beating too slowly, it sends signals at a steady rate to stimulate the heart. The implantation of a pacemaker is a relatively low risk and straightforward procedure. It's usually performed under local anaesthetic and conscious sedation, so you will be awake all the time. The cardiologist makes a 5 cm cut just below the collarbone, usually on the left side of the chest, and inserts the wires of the pacemaker into a large vein. These wires are then advanced towards the correct chambers of the heart. The other ends of the leads are connected to the pacemaker, which is fitted into a small pocket created by the cardiologist between the skin of the upper chest and your chest muscle. We want to set the pacemaker at the right levels. When the leads are tested, you may feel your heart beat faster. This is perfectly normal. Following insertion of the pacemaker and the leads, the wound is then carefully sewn up. Patients are often discharged on the same day.
So, what's your project challenge? Well, despite their brilliance, modern pacemakers still have drawbacks. Could they be further improved? If so, how? And perhaps there might be one or more biological solutions to help the heart beat as naturally as possible, with the least interference and inconvenience to the patient, rather than relying wholly or partly on artificial technology when the heart needs a helping hand. So, over to you.